Recording, just so you guys know, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Give me a pause the recording. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Around the Hive, version 3. This is Senior 54 from Swarm Paintball. And on the podcast tonight, we've got some team members, and we're here tonight to talk about our past victory at Global Conquest on Team China. And we have an upcoming event we'd like to promote at Monster Game at Hell Survivors. We will be playing on Red. So what I'd like to do is kind of go around the hive here, and we do have a celebrity. Skunk is with us. He was selected as the Global Conquest most valuable player. And so Skunk, why don't you lead us off? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what you were thinking, what your gameplay was, and why do you think you were selected the most valuable player?
My name is Skunk, number 20. My play style is killing people, and I think why I was selected was because I barrel tagged the Merc, and I guess that was pretty cool.
We'll get into that.
That was pretty cool.
That boy didn't know what was hitting him, that's for sure. I came out of nowhere. Dude had no idea.
Do we want to just get into that now and just roll with it?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and roll with it? Free open agenda. Go ahead. Why don't we talk about that?
I'll kind of start it, and Spear can kind of fill in the details here. So I believe it was it Saturday or was it Sunday?
Day 2, right?
Day 2. So Sunday, we're making a push into Sin City and fighting U.S. and U.K. And then they got basically wiped out by mercenaries, if I'm not mistaken. We come in, our insert's clear, pretty much nothing, no traffic, no bodies until we get up in the city and we see some dug in. Then it's like, all right, here we go. We're like, oh, they're wearing all black. That's mercenaries. Here we go. This is going to be intense. Well, the three of us, Spear, Skunk, and myself, are pushing the right side of the city and trying to get kind of in and around and see what's going on the flank. And we got other team members moving up on the left. And we're in one of those first buildings right there, definitely taking some contact, doing a lot of shooting. I try and go to the left while Spear and Skunk are posting a lane up to the right, and I get smoked. And then from there, I'll let Spear kind of fill in because he's right there. So
yeah, Junior gets knocked out, and then I would say there's a little bit of a firefight. Skunk and I are holding this guy down. We don't realize he's literally on the other side of the wall. Okay, so I'm shooting past this guy. Skunk's kind of crouched down behind me. I drill a guy, and then as I come out further, the guy that's on the other side of the wall tags me. So I step off. Skunk's still there. This guy is literally 4 inches away from him. So Skunk sneaks behind him, like goes around the bunker and comes up behind the guy. And I'm watching this whole thing. I'm just keeping my mouth shut. The ref sees what's happening. He's keeping his mouth shut. This dude's like filling his gun, and all of a sudden he just kind of – the guy looks up. He kind of jumps back. He's like, "You're out." And the ref's like, "You're out. You're out." And I just started laughing. And the guy puts his hands up. He's like, "I'm out." It was the best thing. Yeah, it was the best thing I saw all weekend.
Yeah,
you dead to rights. You could have. Absolutely.
Yeah, I had a situation like that over by Bravo on day 2 when we were trying to keep that base. A guy snuck in on me by the truck, didn't see me. I just reached around and tapped him with a barrel. And he jumped, and he's like, "Oh, my God, thank you." So, like I say, one of the things that we always like to play is sportsmanship and being fair. I mean, could I have lit him up? Yes. Would that have been not a nice thing to do? Absolutely. But, again, we're out here to have fun, fair play, fair instruction. If you're hit by a ball, it breaks, we call ourselves out. We don't wipe. And, those types of situations can happen on a field and it's open play. But more importantly is, again, being a good sport about it. So, Skunk, kudos to you. And I think that you were the talk. I kept hearing, this kid tagged out a Merc. And I know the guy who it happened to wasn't real happy. But yeah, I think you're right. That's probably why you got MVP possibly. And the fact that you went, on the second day, you were pretty much a beast in the grinder.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, we're still getting fired on. While this is all happening, you still got, people down the lane shooting on him. So the fact that he had the brass to go up and around the bunker and come out on top of this dude, it was the best play I saw all weekend. It was priceless.
I will say, too, that's one thing I've seen as you've played more with us and grown and got into this, you've gotten a lot more aggressive. And it's fun to watch because your original years, you were very passive, which is kind of a paintball player thing. You get more passive, and as you're more comfortable, you understand the game, the map, what's going on. You get more aggressive and push. And I'm the same way to a flaw at times where I get too aggressive. And I know Monster will get mad at me and slow down, set up, and just shoot. And it's like, we got to dig in. But another thing I kind of want to talk about was day 2, right off the bat, we draw a castle. And it's like, all right, we're digging in for a gunfight. And we do have a lot of footage of that. We're still trying to edit it. I think we have 4 different perspectives that we're trying to do a collaborative video on. That's not going to be 2 hours long. So we're working that out. But I know Iggy, Corey, myself, and I think there's at least 1 or 2 other cameras out there that had some footage of it. But the communication that I saw.
Shout out to Butternut for those call outs. Shout out to Butternut for the call out.
That was pretty much my job. I'm just gonna yell at everybody I can. They're in this building, they're in this building.
Yeah, that was perfect.
You guys move, though, like I couldn't have asked for a better front team. It's like I'll let you know where they're at. I'm not gonna hit anybody from like the mid range. You guys just popped in there. One person would just be pinned down for a while. Someone else would take care of somebody as they came up. It was great.
Yeah.
If we're giving mention to people, Chris, I want to throw you out there too, man. I swear, everywhere we went, you crushed face, like everywhere. And I feel like I'm not as aggressive as you, Junior, but I'm not. I don't sit back nearly as much as I used to. And then I go up there, and Chris comes like sprinting in. It makes me look like I'm going in a slow motion. He's just like doesn't stop. I'm just like. Wait, what? What? And then Spence is always running down the lane, and I'm just like, oh, shit. So I got to give you that credit.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely went pretty hard at Global this year.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was
walking off of a field and like hopping right into a truck. Like I grabbed a pod right onto a truck. Like I felt like we just had to be on the field the entire time. There's no breaks.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting, too, here at Monster. So I picked up, I'd like to throw a shout out to a couple of our sponsors here. So Factoryeffex, they make apparel for Honda. I am wearing a Honda hat. See that? So they do make that. So Factoryeffex makes apparel for different various brands, Honda being one of them. So I thought I'd support their brand. And we did give away a SkullCandy headset to a new player. He was going to be
that was
here
cool
tonight. And then the other one, I did get a GoPro 8, but maybe you could talk about Child's Play. That's his new name.
Yeah.
You pick up a
Does
new
anyone know
player.
what number he had off the top of your head? I got to look.
He's number 22.
22. So
I have all these numbers in my head because I just did that order sheet.
Like a savant. It's Rain Man over here with jerseys and what they ordered and everything else. But so you kind of touched on that, and I was gonna kind of backtrack just a second. I'll get into that, but to mention new guys in Big Red we picked up, and then Snipes, is it, or Snipe?
Snipe,
your boy.
Snipe 85 because he dropped a dude at 85 yards out.
85 yards out, zeroed it in.
Yeah,
with
he's
his big
just
sniper rifle and pops this guy right in the face. I'm like, you hit him? Like, oh my god,
crazy good. It's
absolutely insane. But
I've been
those guys so well together.
Yeah, I've been chit chatting with him. He's helping me tune up my M17. So
very cool.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Seems like it.
They played well, and your boy Big Spence played really well. He was out there, looked like he had a blast. And
Big Spence. I was out there with him at Bravo. He was doing well to pick off people. I think he took one in the side of the head, though. He didn't like that very much. But
no, he complained about it. What's funny is his worst injury over the whole weekend was when Butternut fell on him in one of the trucks.
Yeah, that would be a pretty big injury, I would imagine.
Little guy, big.
Getting shot in the head ain't no picnic. Just saying.
No, well, the funny thing is that's I think that's right. He and Pig got shot at the same time. Pig took one in the buttocks, and then took one in the giblets as well. And I know he was rolling around doing the turtle, and the referee's calling him out, and Pig's trying to catch his breath, and he's pointing to the sky. And then the referee started laughing.
Shout out to whoever shot him. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I'll kind of touch on that story real quick, and then we'll get back to the new guys. But so that's at Bravo. I'm going across the bridge trying to gain ground, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know who it was or what color, but hit me right in the groin, and I went, oh, and turned around, and I didn't even look to see if it broke. I needed to breathe, and I turned around and walked back, and I got hit in the pod pack in the butt right as I'm walking back, and the referee's following me thinking I'm like going back to a bunker or something, which I was just about to go to buckle and go to my knees. And
He's praying. He laid down he was barfing and throwing up.
Like,
So what does vomit look like from the inside of your mask? I'm just curious. I've never seen that before.
He goes, you're hit on your pod pack, and I'm like, that's not what I'm worried about right now. And he goes, oh, you took one there. I'm like, yeah, I need a minute. I'm walking out. And he was cool. He's like, players.
He was laughing. He was cracking up, man. You all right, dude?
He'd cover me, but I'm just like, oh, okay, I need to breathe. And once I got everything settled down, I walked out. But, that was, I'm sure people kind of saw that and were like, what the heck is he doing? But I was on my knees at one point for a minute or two.
So definitely had some new players. That was decent. So maybe kind of get into Child's Play, Corey.
Yeah, Child's Play, man. He decided, and like I said, it kind of mentioned it when we won. We gave that away to him, and it was brief and everything. But to kind of touch on his backstory without him being here, he had played with us last year at Monster and really liked us and liked our style, and basically said, you know what, I'm going to play Global Conquest, and kind of reached out to us and said, hey, you guys are China. I'm going to play Yellow China with you guys again then. And met us on the first day when we're setting up stuff, and goes, hey, I came up here to play with you guys. I really liked your style. I want to run with you. I'm like, all right, man, sure. And long story short, he was awesome out there. I believe he does just a MagFed gun. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was a MagFed gun.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know he has.
I helped him reload if he wanted. I gave him some paint to reload a few times.
But
he's pretty lethal with it.
Yeah. He made some big pushes with us into the city and everything else. And then at the end of the second day, we offered him a spot on the team, and he did really good. And he's excited to be part of our group and excited to have a uniform and everything when we go to Monster Game. But,
one of the things that I like, and I think it shows a lot of character. He came up by himself. He camped by himself.
Yes.
I don't know. I like that. I'm not saying he did it just for us, but the fact that he came by himself, I mean, to join a group of guys you really don't know and be by yourself, I mean, I don't know. That says a lot about your character. So
reach out to us
think,
too.
yeah, I think he's a cool guy.
Just to piggyback off of that, no pun intended, but I just want to say, anyone out there watching has never been to a big game and kind of checking out some of our stuff, come stop by the tent. You'll see the banners. I hope you do. Say hi. If you want to roll with us on the field at Monster, and we'll tell you and show you what to do, and we'll help you out. That's what we're all about at Swarm. We want more people to come to big games.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no pressure with us. We're just here to a bunch of dudes to go out and have fun playing paintball. My wife's like, you need to get some exercise, and I think she probably regrets the fact that I picked this sport as a method.
It's expensive exercise.
It is. Yeah, I have two bad hobbies: fishing and paintball, and I spend a lot of money on both of them. Not as much as our comrades from Mutant Guru. I know he buys expensive stuff.
He buys expensive shit.
Yeah, exactly. He actually put that on his gun. It was so funny.
Yeah,
I saw that
on his sleeve.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
That leads me into the next kind of topic, our allies, man. Obviously, we took the W, and it was a long time coming from building up from, just that group from China where we won MVP in 2017 is literally that group from China when we were playing. I think, that was Monster? That was a scenario game, Mission Masters. I
think it was Mission
Armageddon.
Masters.
Yeah, Armageddon. So, we come a long ways from that and have worked really hard to try and grow as a group and, be part of this paintball community. And that's ultimately what we want, is to be inclusive with all of our allies, all of our enemies that we were shooting against. You guys are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
the Ducks, the Mad Frog, Soldiers of Chaos.
all these guys. Just
all you guys. We've had a
They
blast.
basically inspired us to get a team, I'd say. Just seeing all them in their jerseys, it's like, all right, let's try this.
Yeah, and
it's not just that too. Like talking about how we took the win, we couldn't have done it without our allies. And the thing was, we were working on that for months before the game even started.
Yep.
And credit to Monster, who wasn't able to make the chat tonight. He had done a lot of negotiating with a lot of different people, working some alliances right off the bat. So day one, we had our allegiance squared away with us and Russia for the start of it for sure. And that's how things kind of took off from there. But definitely a good time. And I had a blast with it, and shout out to all those guys. And we look forward to seeing you at Monster one way or the other, whether it's, down our barrel or next to us on the field.
It's always fun playing with, all of the different teams out there, some established, some, brand new, and you're learning different things about each team, and the sport evolves, and you're getting all these new players, and it's really fun to see how everything's growing over the years.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
One more
Shout out
shout
out to Apex Predators, though.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them. This is my first time playing with them. Those guys were
Good
awesome
ball.
on comms. They were all over the field. I was like, these guys are coming up. They're
Same with
sweet.
Foxton, too. Those guys were balling. too.
Fox
Oh, yeah.
Den, Brandon Page, and Soldiers of Chaos.
Soldiers.
Those guys are great. It's interesting too. And these other teams look at us. I mean, they're probably all pissed the fact that we did win. But when you look at it, it's like they had to probably have tears in their eyes, probably for two reasons. But for one reason, I was thinking it's because my baby's all grown up and went to college and he won the
Yeah,
tournament.
they watched us struggle. They watched us.
Yeah, so they watched us grow. A bunch of guys with jeans out there is kind of how I started out. Well, I was going to wear shorts until I figured out there was poison ivy and paintballs would be flying at me. So then, and again, I think that's the thing that's really cool about this community. Everybody gives back. You listen to these different podcasts of the different teams. You've got Mutant that's going to be on here at 8:15. Anybody out there, they generally have their podcast every Friday. And then the other teams as well. Mad Frog does a podcast, and these teams all give back. That's the thing that's so special about this community that brings me to it. So when we have some charity events and things like that, I know 13 Legionnaires, Dewan, he's going to help us with a charity event that we got coming up. Another shout out I'd like to give. So I don't know if a lot of you people maybe saw us out there with a different color jersey. It was black, and it was a T-shirt, and so we kind of test apparel. Shahid Ali from CustomPaintball.co definitely has taken care of us, and he's actually a supporter of us as well. We order
We'll
a
throw
lot.
that link in our description for anyone watching.
Yeah. And then I got a lot of questions on the artwork. You guys have seen a lot of posts from Lorenzo Mendoza. He is our artist. So he provides the renderings, provides those to Shahid. Shahid makes them up into nice jerseys.
We'll put that Instagram link in the description as well, and click on the Instagram link, send him a message if you have some artwork that you want thrown on a jersey. He'll be glad to help you out.
Yeah.
The other thing we didn't mention too is our with new teams and guys that we picked up was the LOD guys have essentially decided to keep their team name alive because it's the two of them, but also join Swarm. And I believe they're brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
They are brothers. Yeah.
And those guys freaking ball.
Everywhere we went, they went.
So their names.
Awesome.
So just so you know, their names. Ranger is one of them, and then Slow Focus. He's the other one. So you'll be seeing.
Focus.
So Slow Focus and Ranger, you'll be seeing out there.
Very, very, very happy to have them. Say, hey, we want in. We balled with you guys. We don't necessarily have the time to grow our own brand as much and merge those two. And obviously, they were a huge part of our win.
Yeah, Kevin Cannon and his brother
are awesome paintballers and just more woods ball type scenario type guys. But man, are they aggressive, and man, do they communicate well and push. And shout out to you guys too. We weren't trying to overlook you there. We just got so many topics. We're just kind of rambling at this point. But
yeah, exactly. Hey, Chris, I wanna ask a question. So what did Big Spence think? I mean, big field, lots of people. Kudos, shout out to his mom for letting him play. That was really cool of her. I thanked her on Facebook. She replied back, all right. Yeah. Just make sure he behaves. Behaves. The dude won't even move. I know most of us won't on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So just curious as to what Big Spence's view was of the tournament and the game. And then after you talk about him, I'd like you to talk about Snipe and Big Red, what their thoughts were.
The Big Spence, he did a lot better than I thought he was going to. He was real nervous to be out there.
Wait, not to cut you off. Your son, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just want to clarify for people that are watching. It's your son, first time at the big games, right?
Yeah.
I think it was his first time playing real paintball.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so just a little back chat or whatever you want to call it.
The Big Spence, Little Spence is an inside joke from us a couple of years ago. That's why he's Big Spence, I'm Little Spence. He was real nervous to be out there for his first time. he did exceptionally well. I think he was more like he did anything anybody asked him to. You know, if you told him to run and shoot or get up there and shoot, hide and shoot, you know, anything. I did at the end. I had to push him real hard to come and grinder with me. And
I don't even go in grinder.
No,
I
but
don't
it's,
know,
it's,
grinder.
it's
I
a
don't
rite
know.
of passage, you know. Like you go to the Hells, you have to go.
I couldn't stop.
At least
I
one.
couldn't
Did it
stop.
once,
I
and
just
that's
kept
it.
going and
Yeah,
going.
yeah, that's all. Just
I,
once.
Just one.
I coaxed him by letting him play with my gun.
There we go.
That's how I got him in there.
What
There we
about
go.
Big Red? Maybe kind of give us a little update and a bio on him. How did you meet him? How did he come a part of this? And why did he want to play with a bunch of crazy people?
I met him through work. I was running my own remodeling company there for a couple of years, and he was working for me. He was having some personal trouble, and I actually became his sponsor.
Oh,
So,
great.
Nice,
man. And keeping him out of trouble is basically, I was like, come play some paintball with us, man. And him and his dad used to play back in the day. His dad's a firefighter out of Auburn Hills. And
Nice.
yeah,
Wow.
so it just kind of worked out.
He was balling, man. I got some footage when I was in the city with them, and I think it's you two are pushing up the right with O'Reilly, and we're just sitting there firefighting. I think it was U.S. and UK, man. That was a good firefight, and that's a long video, and there's a lot of shooting, a lot of paint flying, and both teams are balling, and that's a good one of the better videos I think I've ever captured.
Yeah.
He also shot me in the leg, so we're gonna not mention that
Man.
too much.
Thank you, Big Red, for shooting.
Oh yeah,
Butternut.
shot me right in the shin. That was the worst bruise I had the entire weekend. Is he's just, oops? I'm like, what happened? And I just like all of a sudden had this big pink splatter right on.
Yeah, and like a good swarm participant, you walked off the field with the pink paint, even if it was
almost
friendly
off the
fire.
field.
Oh, it was off the field. Oh,
It
shit.
was in that little like turn,
Oh,
that grinder. We were right there, so I walked back, wiped it off, and walked back and said, "Let's go." Angry now, like what is this? Man?
How about Snipe, Chris? Give us a little bit background on him. How you met him? Why did he want to come play with a group of goofy people like us?
Dave is his actual name because we have like 17 of those on our team now.
Yeah, I know.
I do heating and cooling with him.
Okay.
Him and I just clicked. He's been a good buddy of mine for, I want to say, about 8-9 years now. And he's always really been into shooting guns. So,
Yeah, he's got the gun to
He
show.
does well at it.
and Dave Snipe, sorry, he's one of those people, go big or go home. He doesn't spare expense when he finds something.
He sure
Went
did.
big.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Is that a new gun?
Yeah,
no,
that's a
he
brand
bought it
new gun.
specifically for Global.
Whoa.
We actually got it Friday night at like 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
No way.
That was what is that,
Over
a
the
cam light or
spectrum
something like that?
What kind of
Yeah,
gun
so-
is it?
It's by Caltech. It's a
Caltech.
It's a SAR-12, I do believe is it's called. It's a SAR-12C, I do believe is the name of it. It's 44 inches from buttstock to the tip of the barrel.
Yeah,
The big
that
guy.
thing's badass.
It's like
It's
15
like 15
pounds, right?
pounds, right?
Yeah, it's heavy. So actually, funny story. So Dave calls his wife, right? Snipe calls his wife and was like, "Look, I just ordered a paintball gun. It has to be signed for, or else they won't give it to me, right?" So he's like, "You have to stay at home." So him and I are at a job in Detroit, and she calls him, and she's like, "Look, my mom's there. She's gonna answer the door. Don't worry about it." Well, we're sitting in the van. His ring doorbell goes off. So the UPS guy knocking on the door. Nobody answered the phone.
Oh,
And he was mad because they told him they wouldn't re-deliver it until like noon on Saturday. And he was
Oh,
not having
no.
any part of that, man. So he literally left the job in Detroit, drove to Flint to the UPS pickup station because he lives in Lapeer. And the guy behind the counter told him where he could find the UPS driver. He literally drove to the guy on his route.
Oh,
pick the gun
That is
up
why
from
we
him.
asked about this story. Wow.
that's
Yeah.
a good story.
Know that.
Yeah.
It was so good. He finally texted me like 9 o'clock at night. He's like, "Dude, I got it. I'll be there in the morning. I'll see you in the morning."
Well, I was
He was so
wondering when he
excited.
got there, he was like looking at it, and he's kind of like a robot. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
patting it.
and then he's kind of putting it all together, and then But it didn't take him long to tune it in. I will tell you that.
Oh no.
No,
I'm
he had
in on
never.
that
At that
deal.
point, he had never even shot that.
Now,
He took it down.
How do you chrono something like that?
He did. So he went over to the Chronos and it was shooting at like 140, right? So he's like, all right, I'm going to turn it up. So he shot like 2 more times and it went from like 360 to like 470 back down. Yeah, it was crazy. Finally, he got it. I think he said his final was like 382. He did 4 shots at 382.
289.
289, you mean?
No, 282 is what I meant. 282.
282.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, because that would be a problem. Yeah, no wonder he killed a guy at 85
whole
yards.
thing just explodes.
Yeah,
No.
that would be not
So,
a good thing. That would be too hot.
He also he owns a lot of property out where he lives, and he's been shooting it at a water jug. Him and his daughter actually, and 150-yard shot, 2 ball breaks.
That's
Bam,
awesome.
yellow team. Bam, yellow team.
Yeah, it's a hell of a gun, that's for sure.
Holy crap.
And you'll
Also,
know when you get hit by it, just FYI.
Oh
Yeah. Yep. I had the pleasure of getting shot by that thing. It's absolutely fantastic.
Decent. I have a couple more questions, and I will open it up here. I mean, we're probably about 40 minutes almost on the dot, I think.
We're over our timer, but that's
Okay.
okay. It's been fun.
Hey, Skunk, I have a question for you. So you started playing. How old were you started playing? What did you think when you first went out on the field to the big game you were at, all those people? What were your feelings? And then, so we'll start there, and then I have a couple other questions for you.
I was, I think, 11 or 10, something like that. Yeah,
And
I was
what-
like 10.
And what did you think when you saw those people out there?
Wow, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. And I was like, this is really awesome. I'm going to like this. And been playing ever since.
So when you first get into a game, I mean, you see a lot of players kind of holding back. What was it that got you to start running up and doing the leapfrog stuff like we play? I mean, what was it?
He
The
got
gun?
an Empire Mini GS.
Yeah, you got an Empire Mini GS. Maybe that was it. Is that what caused it, or what? Because you seemed a lot more comfortable in the gun this year than you were last year, which was your.
It was
first
like
year.
someone lit a fire underneath you and just like boom.
I would say it's a little bit between like the gun, watching like Pig and Gomer play, and a little bit of like Call of Duty, honestly. Do pretty good in that, so if I play like I do in that, I'll do pretty good in paintball.
I was gonna say you
Seems to
play
work
a
for me.
lot like your brothers do, so it doesn't surprise me that you started sprinting up there. So
Yeah, I have to give it.
I was
shout
expecting
out
it.
to our 53 subscribers that we hit on YouTube. Thank you, everyone.
And our 250 Facebook likes too. We just hit that. Our team page just
Yeah,
hit 250.
250
So shout out to
followers. Yeah, the followers.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate
likes,
that.
followers, use them all.
Also, do you want to see
Awesome.
the award? I have it over here for the thing.
Oh,
Um,
so that's from Apex Legend. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
Apex
thought that was
Legends,
really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's
They
pretty
picked
Apex
out
did that. Yeah.
You should frame that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
I'm
should
probably
frame
gonna-
that.
Yeah.
Junior, didn't you get one of those back in the day?
I was
too?
just gonna say. So I had
It's
a
like our
couple
second
couple
year
throwback
playing with
items.
us.
Couple throwback items here. So this is 2K14 China MVP. And I think because I got absolutely destroyed, if the photos are back from that one, you see me and like everyone's jersey's yellow. Mine is basically just covered in red. I got caught in a nasty crossfire and like fell down and was still getting hit. I think it was in the grind. I don't remember, but it
No,
was,
we were no, it was out in the by Archie.
oh yes, it was by Archie. Yeah, and I just got absolutely painted. And the guy, and this is again 2014, so memory's a little hazy on it, but kept shooting through. I'm like, I'm hit, and just
And he kept lighting you up.
Yeah.
It fired me up
Oh.
real good.
So then we shot
I-
back at him. Yeah, he was out too.
Yeah, I think it was kind of.
Oh, he got out, all right.
I don't know. I mean, again, it was whatever. It was just one of those things where I was like, oh, I hate my life right now. But years
But
ago,
that wasn't the end of a stream. That was like he just kept firing. That was
Yeah.
just cold blooded now. So
yeah,
it wasn't
but
a
so I got that for that, and I also have our throwback here from when Mission Masters did Armageddon as a team. We were still Team China. We were those guys from China, but most valuable team 2017.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
War of Valor.
That was the year we decided to do all of this.
That was what set it off into motion. So we really 2017 we won that. We're like, all right, we got something going here. We have a core group. We can expand. We can get jerseys, and it really went from there to where we are now. And so from those beginnings to, now actually winning basically, an event that we kind of coordinated, and we had help from other people and other players, and other alliances and things within that game. But to win that on ourselves, basically, as far as, organizing things, running missions, communication, and everyone did that. It's not a one person thing. That's the whole group. You have multiple guys, whether it be Jason and Butternut running missions or making sure items are turned in and things like that. Radio traffic, Butternut out there just screaming from point A to point B with our line. The one thing that I really wanted to mention too, it's in the other video that we're going to get out with the castle, but the communication we had holding that front line and adjusting for about a half hour was absolutely awesome to be a part of.
Shout out to Runner for holding that left flank for about 2 hours.
Yeah, he was just sitting waiting for people to walk by, and as they did, he'd pop a couple and wait.
That line was beautiful because I was like a back behind you guys a little bit because it was like me, like people in the castle, and then the front line of you guys, and like just being able to watch you guys do your thing. Hey, there's a guy over there. Go do. Okay, good. All right, you got him. All right, cool. Hey, there's another. Okay, cool. You do your thing.
So what did Little Russ think of our gameplay? I mean, was she around or what?
Pretty awesome. She was out there with Chara, aka what's her name's Crawdad.
Covert Crawdaddy.
Covert Crawdad, yeah. She's out there. The two Swarm girls were really out there tearing it up, and we had a couple guests that joined and played a couple days, one day each with us, but they were loving it, and they were out holding that line with us and just moving and adjusting. And big shout out to Jake O'Reilly, Bro, and Chance. Those guys were animals out there too. And then,
I was gonna say I ran with Chance quite a bit, and he crushed it.
Oh, speaking of players too, Robin and Eric that were with us. Eric
really good group of folks too. Robin and Eric.
Caught the bug,
yes,
and
I can remember your friends.
Us for
he was really sick too. Now, did he was sick he got sick Saturday. I don't know if it was from heat or whatever. Did he or?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
I know he had a really good time, and they're joining us for Monster for sure. So.
Oh, good.
Robin started not feeling so good.
Robin. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Robin.
Robin
wasn't feeling so hot. So
but she was great. A great spotter. I actually got a lot of my tag outs was because she's like, oh, I think I see something over there, and there'd be somebody lying there.
So for that though, her glasses are HD enhanced. She has like these yellow glasses she has to wear. So she was able to pick things out of like the woods super easily.
It was very nice having her around.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, we did. We had a lot of new players. It was really neat, and I was listening to their experience. Timmy, I know he was out there too. He had a good time.
Saw him a couple times.
He was he kind of gave me feedback. He's not be able to hear tonight. He's a tree cutter, so he's cutting trees down in people's yards, trying to not drop them on power lines. I'm assuming he and Bro, that's what they do for a living. But he
found the gold.
He did. He found the gold. We were under the truck, and it was kind of funny because I'm like, it's underneath the frame. Gomer's telling me it's underneath the frame, under the frame. I'm like, where, dude? We're looking. And I'm like, check the back. And he's like, I think I got something, but it doesn't look like gold. It looks like a blue sack of something. I'm like, that's it. So he hands it to me. Just as he hands it to me, he gets killed. And again, the gameplay, you drop the gold where it's at. So it was in my pocket, and I walked out with it. Walked past a bunch of dudes with the UK and everyone else are giving me, and I had my hand in my pocket because I don't want them to see me with it. But
you're still alive, obviously, though.
I was, but I was walking nicely, and I had I was just kind of being cool about it. So.
Nonchalant.
We got to wrap it up here. We don't want this video to be too long, but.
Absolutely
anyone have
right.
any quick final closing thoughts before we stop the recording here?
I'd like to thank our partners again, Factoryeffex. I'd like to thank the Factoryeffex, SkullCandy, and GoPro, and shout out to Custom Paintball. And then for another shout out I'd like to give is Crew Paintball up in Flint. Chris Dixon has started a new field, and then COVID hit. The guy's really trying to do it. If you're interested in paint, he sells his paint for $45. I know it's a Brink BYOP. Gets closer to the day of the tournament. He does get a lot of players that try to look for quality paint at a cheaper price. So Chris will sell you paint. He's up there in Mount Morris, and again, shout out to all the new team, all you guys. I think we kind of bonded this last time, and all kind of came together.
Shout out to Scarlett's Photography. She took some amazing
Yeah,
shots
nice.
throughout the
Definitely.
entire weekend. Amazing shots. Check her out on Instagram. I'll list that in our description as well. Help support photographers capture all the amazing moments.
I also have a shout out too as well for Oakland Paintball. Their new field went out there with Butternut, Spence. And it's nice. It's a good field. It's smaller, so more intimate shooting. But he's adding more bunkers every day, and because it's only 2 years old, there's still some stuff that they have to do. But it's a nice location, and they can get some pretty good paint deals as well. So
good deal.
Awesome. We'll
All
make
right,
sure to link all those in our description. But again, this has been the Swarm around the Hive, around the Swarm. And you got Pig Spear Senior, Butternut, Spence, Iggy, Skunk, and Gomer. We'll see you guys later.
Yep, thanks
Make
a
sure
lot.
to like, comment, subscribe, everyone. Appreciate all the
Have a
love.
good night, you guys.
Do it.
Shoot y'all later.
Like and subscribe, everybody.
Hit the bell for notifications.